Yeah. Here we go. Let's go, man. And look who's here with me on a Wednesday morning. Well, afternoon for him. Tony, the infamous Tony. Not Tony Robbins either. It's a good Tony, though. From Florida, our resident golf guru, one of the golf gurus. Hey, you know what? This is Morning Coffee and Sports Betting brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. Excited to have Tony here today. We haven't had him on the show in quite a while, man. So I'm looking forward to this. By the way, don't forget about the OddsJam Partner Program. Link below in the description. 50% revenue share, folks. Get in there right now. And then we have the picks. Tony and I just put out PGA picks for the Zurich, Live Golf picks, plus daily picks. I mean, what more do you want, man? I mean, that's all we're doing is working. Work. Handicap. Anyway, get in there. There's a link below in the description. There's a 14-day free trial. All right, I got to crank it up. Tony always says, crank it up, Bob. Let's go. Let's freaking go. It's not going to be as long today. I was going to do I did several dinger parlays yesterday. I came close to hitting one of them. Put $1 on each one. Did 5 3-leg dinger parlays. Neither one of them hit. But I got 2 out of 3 on one, so I got excited for a second. I'd have won over $100 on each one of them. I tried. Hey, there is Steven Batza. How are you? He's always around, man. He's always around. And by the way, Tony, everything is uploaded for golf. Let's explain to these folks what the hell we're doing, because we're not kidding around. All right. We got some serious golf handicapping going on, and it's a shared thing. And you know what, folks, we're up 51 units. Tony wants to say 50.96, but I'm saying 51. I'm running that baby up, man.
Well, yeah, you can round it up to whatever you want to, but the main line is we're just making money with golf out here this golf season. I mean, last year we put out picks and we won here and there, but we saw a lot of variance in golf last year. But this year, and we didn't really have a strategy last year either. We were kind of just throwing out outrights, top 5s, top 10s that we liked. But this year we came in pretty serious. We have a format that we use where we pick the same outrights, top 5s, top 10s, and top 20s. We use the same unit size each week. We try to pick the same amount each week, so we're not just throwing a bunch of outrights at your face and then no top 10s or anything like that. But we put out about 6 outrights each week, about 2 top 5s, 4 top 10s, and 6 to 8 top 20s. And with that strategy, as Bob would say, we're up 51 units. Doing it that way. So we're not putting a full unit on the outrights like we are on the top 20s, because then we'd be losing money because only one of the 6 would win. But if you put a quarter unit or a half unit on the outrights like we've been doing, and then a half unit on the top 5s, 3/4 of a unit on the top 10s, and about a full unit on the top 20s, using that strategy, we're making a bunch of money this year doing golf.
Yes. And you know what? I'm doing it in several books, but I'm even making my wife make put some of the picks in her DraftKings account. I mean, so yeah, we're making money all the way around. It's been a great year, and we're at the end of April almost, and to be up 50 units at, not even the halfway point of the season is is pretty damn good, folks. I don't think you realize what you're missing out on here. And we have a 14-day free trial. And I got to be honest with you. If I don't get more people coming on board, I'm going to take that free trial and say, forget it. There ain't no sense in doing it because there's some people out there that are taking advantage of just the free trial and then they're canceling, So,
yeah, and it doesn't make any sense to cancel because then they've lost out on all the money since their free trial ended.
I know. It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, what do we win in the Masters? 8 units?
Yeah, and we've won 2 Masters in a row,
Right.
which is crazy. So we've hit both Masters in a row, and then we won over 5 units last week in the RBC Heritage. We put out 20 picks. We put out 20 picks for PGA every week, and we hit 9 of them. And with that 9, using our unit formula, we went a little over 5 units in that. So if you put down $10, you won over 50. If you put down $100, you won over 500 on all of our golf picks. So you'll want to follow all of them if you like them. You don't just want to pick and choose. The reason why we put out all of them with the unit strategy is because we think with all that strategy and all those units, you will come up on top if you tail every pick.
And by the way, this is with getting shut out of one tournament, folks. We had one tournament where we had no profit, no winners, and we're still up 51 units. That's the part that amazes me. And in all honesty, we could have been so close to 10 units last week. I mean, it was so close, but it didn't happen. Guys like Rory's been letting us down a little bit. You know that?
Oh, yeah. There's some guys that have been letting us down for sure. But if you haven't jumped in onto the Golf Gurus yet, Bob just dropped 35 plays for this weekend, 20 in the PGA and 15 in Live in Australia and Adelaide.
Right.
So if you haven't been following Live either, we've hit a few outrights there as well this year. And I think we might be up more units in Live if we were to add it up than we are in PGA, except that Hideki win at the Genesis helped us out a lot. On the PGA side. But I mean, Live, all these guys with a smaller field, these top 10s and these top 20s have been hitting every single week for us with consistency on Live.
I was going to tell you, man, you and I on the Live picks, there's a couple that you put in there that I was totally going to put in there too. So
yeah, and you message me your picks every week, and I go, "Yep, I'm on that. Yep, I'm on that." So that's how we do it. Bob sends his picks to me. I use my picks, and we combine them, and that's how we come up with our combined model. So most of Bob's picks I agree with, and then I'll text him if I'm really, really against the guy. But that really hasn't happened this year. We're pretty much just rolling with who we both like, and with that strategy, yeah, we're on fire.
Yeah, on fire. All right, Stephen Batsa. Mets, Orioles, Braves -1.5, Twins -1.5, and really debating D-backs are Cardinals for the 5th round plus 2,800. I know I'm going to be leaning my Cardinals.
You know what? I actually like the Cardinals today too.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to figure out who to throw in for that 5th leg, Steven, throw in the Cardinals at home, little 1:15 Eastern time afternoon game. I know they're facing Jordan Montgomery, but they've got Gibson on the mound, and it'll be a good afternoon matchup. Values on the Cardinals today.
I agree 100%. Okay, so yesterday we went 3, 4, and 2 in morning coffee picks. We're 1,037, 907, and 35. Up 125.7 units. It's a lot of picks, man.
People can't ever call you out for not tracking your picks.
Well, I know. I'm getting a lot of these guys nowadays, Tony, that are going, well, how come you're not betting these live? Dude, I've only got so much time here. I can't bet everything live. I was trying to put a parlay to get these parlays together yesterday. There's no way that I could put all 5 parlays together and still keep the show rolling. Okay.
I'm so busy. I rarely live bet. I mean, I catch games here and there, but I'm watching so much at once. and I'm following so much at once. I usually try to get the early line value. I know we try to drop our picks most days around noon Eastern time,
Right.
before every game starts. But once I usually get in my picks before lunchtime, I'm usually done for the day. I've got a full-time job. I've got kids. I've got stuff to do.
Right. Right. Exactly. So now, a couple of questions here before we go to the positive EV page, and we're not going to be real long this morning either. NBA playoffs, any surprises so far in your estimation, or is it going about as you thought it might?
Pretty much as I thought it would. I honestly thought the Sixers would have taken 1 out of 2, and I thought Orlando probably would have taken 1 out of 2 before the series started, on the East side. But Orlando's just looked like they're a couple years early, if not a year early, and the Knicks look great. I know they got a tough end of game situation there for Philly. But on the West kind of is pretty much going like I would have said, but I would have thought maybe Orlando and Philly would have split there on the road.
I really like the way the Cavs are playing. Can't help it.
Impressed me for sure.
Yes. In the NHL, well, we finally had an overtime game, and Randall and I have this Stanley Cup playoff challenge. All right. I challenged him to pick every single game, every playoff game. You got to make a pick. Doesn't matter whether you like it or not. And what it forces you into, when you pick hockey every day, there are going to be money lines that are way too juiced that you cannot put out as a pick. Because if you lose, like I did the other night, Dallas, I put 2 units on them, minus 140. I lost 2.8 units because of that. Randall's actually 8-6. I'm 7-7, but I'm actually down because of losing a couple of those 2-unit plays. I won my 2-unit play last night. I've got to tell you, the goaltending in the Florida Tampa series has been outstanding.
That save last night was one of the craziest saves I've ever seen in my life.
The Bob save?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
the no look behind the back slap.
He was looking back as he was.
The goal was wide open, wasn't even looking. Just there's a picture of the Tampa player after, and you can see his mouth just wide open, just in shock as he's going around the goal. That goal, I couldn't believe it.
For a 2-0 series, that's been a really good 2 games.
Yeah, that's another one. I thought Tampa might have split just because of the goaltending before the series started. But I mean, Florida is just a powerhouse right now. I mean, they look great.
Well, the Tampa power play is, phenomenal. And there was one shot that Stamkos made last night that it hit the post like direct and came back out so hard that it went back down the other way. That's how hard he shot the puck. Bob was beat. Bobrovsky was beat, but that's the way it goes, man.
Yep.
Sometimes that post is a goaltender's best friend. Okay. Yeah, so with Cardinals, Stevie B parlay is plus 26, about $8 for 200. All right.
There you go. A couple slices of pizza for $200.
There you go. Stevie B parlay. All right. Let's see. In the meantime, I'm figuring Dallas to come back tonight.
Yeah, I'm on Dallas tonight.
Yeah, I think Dallas comes back tonight. But I told this to Mike. I'm telling you right now, when Vegas got Mark Stone back and Alex Pietrangelo, that changes things. The way they were playing.
We all knew that was going to happen. Vegas was being shady with their injury all season, waiting for the playoffs.
I know.
It wasn't much of a surprise when the day before the series started, they said, "Oh, Mark Stone's 100%."
Right. Yeah. And do you remember that? They were playing some games with the cap too.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of shady. I think the NHL should check into that because you should be allowed to do that. They
Yeah,
wound up with
they were playing along the rules, so I wouldn't be surprised if the NHL tweaks the rules a little bit. Vegas wasn't doing anything against the rules. The rules were just written kind of silly.
Who's your favorite football team? Patriots?
I'm from Boston. Yeah, I'm a diehard Pats fan. I was 9 years old when Brady came in against Bledsoe.
Are they picking a quarterback?
I actually hope they trade down. I'm one of the only Pats fans that probably thinks that because I think Williams and Daniels are going to go 1 and 2, and then I don't think May or McCarthy is really a franchise quarterback. I mean, I don't want to be the one to say May isn't going to be a franchise quarterback and then have him be the next Hall of Famer for the Pats. But I think the Pats probably will draft May, but I think they should probably trade down to around 11 or 12 with the Vikings or Broncos. Let them trade up and get a quarterback. Take a tackle or a wide receiver or something like that. Get an extra first-round pick this year and next year because I really think it's Williams and Daniels as the 2 quarterbacks at the top, and then I think there's a big jump to the bottom. So I think the Pats kind of screwed themselves by getting that number 3 pick because I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, is the best player in the draft, but you can't take him at 3 if Jacoby Brissett's your quarterback. I mean, I would love to have Marvin Harrison Jr. for his whole career and then maybe take a quarterback next year. But I think the best idea is to trade down, get an extra one this year, get an extra one next year.
Okay, that's your philosophy. If I was them, I'd take Marvin. That's a generational talent. You're not going to come across that very often. You can find somebody to throw him the ball next year. Hell, Russell Wilson may be available again.
See, I think Rome Odunze is almost just as good as him, and he's going a few picks later. So if we could maybe trade down, get Odunze around 9, 10, or 11, if he drops to that, I mean, and then maybe take a Bo Nix at 32 or 33 or something like that, or. I'm seeing Penix jumping up into the first round now. I like him. I like him in the second round though for the Patriots.
I didn't like him in that. I didn't like him in that championship game.
Yeah, he had a rough one.
Yeah, he definitely did. Okay, so we talked hockey playoffs. Vancouver being beat by Nashville. I had Nashville in the first game. I was off base. I should not have picked the over last night. And the reason I did was because Demko was out, and I thought that was a good play. But the problem is that Vancouver couldn't put the puck in the net.
No.
Tony, at one point in time, Vancouver had shot the puck 72 times and only had 16 shots on goal.
Brutal.
That's terrible.
Where are they shooting at?
Well, there were a lot of block shots. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Nashville can get down and dirty in blocking shots. They're not afraid at all. Let's go to the EV page here real quick. Let's find a few morning coffee picks, and then we're going to get going. Don't forget, folks, we've got Live Golf. We've got the PGA, Zurich Classic also. In the DubClub picks, you got to get out there now. It's exciting. We are on fire. All right. I'm not a big guy on the hits in baseball. Brewers -1.5 against the Pirates. I'm going to take it for a morning coffee pick. I'm not sure what to think about the Pirates. And by the way, your boy Skeens has been on a scoreless inning streak, and I think he's getting pretty pissed off that the Pirates haven't brought him up yet.
He'll be up in a couple weeks, but they've got Jerry Jones right now, who's taken over for Paul Skeens as the best rookie pitcher in the game. So in a few years with Jerry Jones and Paul Skeens, watch out for the top of the Pirates rotation.
I hear you. Clark Schmidt over 7.5 strikeouts. Morning coffee pick. As I said, I'm not a real big guy on the player hits. I'm more liking strikeouts, things like that. Orioles over 4.5 team total. I'll take that for a morning coffee pick. I do like the Orioles this year a lot.
Oh yeah, they put up runs. Their bats are on fire.
Yes, definitely. 8.5 in the Pirates and Brewers game. Take that for a morning coffee pick. Try to get about 7 or 8 of these in here.
Yeah, and all of these are above a 2% edge, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. First half run line, Tigers plus 0.5 a run. I'm going to go against your Rays. I mean, it doesn't mean the Rays are going to lose, but I like that first half run line. Tigers.
I like that play a lot.
Yeah, I really do. Jalen Williams. There is the Cardinals first half run line that we were just talking to Steven Batza about. We'll take that for a morning coffee pick.
Values on the cards today.
I'm looking for Nerfies. I don't see any. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do here real quick. I'm going to go switch this, and then I got to go because I have a meeting.
Yep, I got to be at work in about an hour and a half.
There you go. All right, let's see. In the Diamondbacks-Cardinals games, they are looking at a Yerfie in it.
So looking for a rough start for Montgomery or Gibson there. One or the other.
Right. They're also looking at a Yerfie in the Red Sox and Guardians game. And I'm looking to see if there's anything else here. By the way, I like Cardinals first half money line too. I'll take that.
I do have to mention the Cardinals did just put Jordan Walker down to AAA today, so hopefully he gets that bat going and can come back up because I do think he'll be really good.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad they sent him down.
Yeah, same.
That needed to happen. I actually just said that on my radio show yesterday that they needed to send him down. God,
Jackson Holiday might need to get sent back down too for a little bit.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I'm just gonna do this right now. Every time I bet a EuroLeague game, I've won.
Let's go.
So let's go. It's EuroLeague basketball, Olympiacos, whatever the hell it's. I don't know.
Olympiacos.
Oh, okay. All right, I can handle that. Thought I had another Nerfie, but
wow, they had a first 3
innings
money line there. I've never seen that actually.
Yes, yeah, first 3 innings are popping up a lot on EV. Under there's a Nerfie, Mets and Giants, which the Nerfie hit last night in that game. So we'll make that a morning coffee pick, and then we'll go to the bet tracker. And I'm going to tell you what the picks are, and then we're going to head out. Remember, folks, in the description below of this video is the our DubClub picks. There's a link to it for our daily plays and for the golf plays. All right.
One of my plays actually on there popped up as one of your plays. I'm not going to say which one.
I know which one.
One of my plays actually. So you get a bonus, everybody watching this video.
There you go. Brewers -1.5. Clark Schmidt over 7.5 strikeouts. Orioles over 4.5. Under 8.5 runs between the Brewers and Pirates. Tigers first half run line plus 0.5 a run. Cardinals first half run line plus 0.5 a run. Cardinals first half money line. Olympiacos plus 5.5 in EuroLeague basketball and a Nerfie between the Mets and Giants. And
there's actually 2 of my plays that we just found there that weren't on the Positive EV page earlier. So you guys got really lucky today.
That's right. Not Nerfies for White Sox Twins and Seattle Rangers. All right. Thank you, Steven Batza. Tony, thanks for popping in. We missed you.
My first ever appearance on Morning Coffee.
I know. In the afternoon. Folks, you got to have a great day. Let's make some money. See you later.